This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last class, we have seen about the Java features and some of the features like simple, object-oriented, robust, platform-independent, secure, multi-threaded, like that we have seen. And for today's class, the important thing is platform-independent. Let me rediscuss about this once again. So the meaning of platform independent is whatever the Java program we write, it can run on any platform, any operating system. And we can even say like a Java program is write once, run anywhere. You can write the program on one machine and you can run it on any other machine. And first of all, what is a Java program? It's a collection of classes. Like example, if you take a Java file like x.java, the extension what we give for Java file is .java, which we call source code. And here we are going with three classes like class A, class B, and class C. Now, once we create the classes, we have to convert our source code into machine understandable format. So for that, we need to compile. So at your command prompt or terminal, we can make use of a command javac. So how to get this javac command on your operating system means by downloading and installing Java, that I'm going to show you today. So by using the command javac x.java, it is going to convert our source code into bytecode. That is, depends on the number of classes. Like in our example program, we are having three classes. Depends on the number of classes, that many doc class files will be created to you. And these doc class files, we call them as bytecodes. And these bytecodes are platform independent. Once we compile, once we generate the bytecode, we need to run the program. To run a Java program, at least one class should contain main method. Minimum one class should contain main method. By main method, it is the entry point to run your Java applications. Then, very important point, we can run only doc class files which contains main method. Then how to run is using a command Java at your prompt or terminal by using a command Java. And when you say Java X is what? Only the name of the source code file, but there is no doc class file for X. That's the reason it goes with error, no class definition found. And when we use the command javac, for C we are having doc class file, but there is no main method inside, then it will go with the error message, no main method found. And when we say Java B, the condition is satisfied, that is runs the program from B class main method. And when we say Java A, runs the program from A class main method. So I'll be showing all these things now practically to you today. So today objective is we'll be learning how to download and install Java on our operating system, and we'll be developing a Java application at command prompt. So let us go today with download and install Java. And the latest version is 16 version. The latest is 16 version. So how to do this one is very simple. You can open search engine like Google and you can go with the search operation like Java 16 download. Let me show this. Open search engine like Google. And you can search here for Java 16 download. The first link what you get from oracle.com, open this link. Then you can find the Java SE development kit, which we call JDK. JDK means Java development kit. And you can find this Java download for different operating systems like Linux, Mac. You can find even for Windows. So since my operating system is Windows, we need to click on this Windows to download. So depends on your operating system, you can go. If you are having Mac, you can go with this Mac like this. So since in my case it is Windows, just if you click here, it will ask you to accept the terms and conditions. So just to make a check mark here and click on this download button, which is going to download the software for us. So here it's downloading. I'm canceling because already I've done with this. Once the download is completed, click on this download file to install. It's very simple steps. Let me show. Since already I've done, I've made a document to download and install Java. Let me show that. So here, this is the document I'll be sharing to you, how to download and install Java 16 version. So you can open this URL directly. So once we open this URL, it will take you to the page where you can download. Right, and in this, depends on your operating system, we need to select the file which you want to download. Since in my case it is Windows, I'm going with Windows installer. They accept the license agreement and download this. And once the download is complete, click on the download file to install. Just to click on run button, simple wizard it's going to show. Just to click on next button. It will ask you where you want to install Java. By default, Java will get installed in C drive program files, and it creates a folder Java under that JDK 16. So by default, the location is C drive program files. And if you want to install in other location, we can click on change button to change the location of your installation. In my case, I kept as it is. Just I clicked on next button and finally close button. That's it. Simple 3 windows you are going to get. So in my case, Java has been installed in C drive program files. It is going to create a folder Java, and see in my system I'm having different versions of Java. So we can have multiple versions of Java in our operating system, no issues. So in our case, it is 16 version, JDK 16.0. some number. And under this 16 JDK folder, you can see a folder bin. Under bin, you can see the commands, Java and JavaScript commands. So the commands, Java and JavaScript commands are located where? In bin folder. And up to the parent folder of bin, wherever you may install, up to the parent folder of bin, we call with a terminology Java home. We call it as what? Java home. And if someone asks you where Java and JavaScript commands are located, means we can say javac.exe and java.exe commands are present in, we can say Java home / bin folder. Java home / bin folder. Okay. Clear everyone up to here? How to download and install Java?
Yeah.
So I'll be sharing this document. By using this document, you can easily download and install. So if already Java is with you, Java software is already downloaded and installed on your system. If you are having minimum 8 version, you need not do once again. So minimum 8 is required. Nowadays, still people are using minimum 8 version. If you are having lower version than Java 8, then you need to download and install. Now, even though we have downloaded and installed Java, these commands, JavaC and Java commands, are not understood by your operating system directly. To make it understandable, we need to do a path setting here. How to do the path setting is copy the address up to bin folder, because Java and JavaScript commands are located in bin folder. So copy the address up to Java home bin folder. Then right click on computer. In the case of Windows 7, you can see computer. In the case of Windows 8 or Windows 10 or 11, you can see this PC. Right click on this PC and say properties. Click on advanced system settings. Click on environment variables. Then here in system variables, you can see path. In system variable, you can see path. Select that and say edit. And at the end, you can paste the address what we copied up to bin folder. Just to paste the address up to bin folder. So since I've already done, I'm cancelling it. Same thing you can find in the document also. In the document also you can find setting path how to do. So copy the address up to bin folder, Java home bin folder. Then right click on this PC, go to properties. Then click on advanced system settings. Click on environment variables. Then under system variables select path. Click on edit. Then click on new button and paste the address up to bin folder and click on OK. Okay, so just use the document to do this setting. And if you are facing some issue, please ask me in the class. I'll help you out to do it for you. Right? So with this, we complete how to download and install Java on our operating system. If you are having Mac operating system, if you are having Mac, I'll be sharing the YouTube link because I cannot show you practically on Mac. So I'll be sharing one YouTube link, how to download Java on your Mac and how to develop Java application on Mac operating system. So can you make use of this YouTube link to work on Mac? However, tomorrow I'm going to start off with IDEs like Eclipse. So this Eclipse, whatever I'm showing, that will remain same for any operating system. Okay. Right. So anyone having any questions up to here?
No.
Yeah, Nikhil, clear with this up to here?
Yeah, it's clear.
Right. Now let us see today how to develop a Java application at command prompt. Developing a Java application at command prompt. So in the case of Linux or Mac, we say terminal, but the steps will remain same. The commands will remain same. Let me develop the Java application at command prompt first, and after that I'll document every bit. The first step is we need to open command prompt. How to open command prompt is you can go to search or run and type here CMD, which is going to open the command prompt. I want to work in D drive. By default, it will show C drive, but we want to work in D drive. So I'll say D:. So nothing rule that you should work in D drive or E drive. It's up to you. Whichever the drive you want to work, it's up to you. Now, I want to create a folder to store Java programs. So how to create a folder at your command prompt is by using a command md, and you can go with the name of the folder. I'm going with the folder name, the directory name, Java programs. MD means make directory, make folder. So I'm creating folder Java programs. It's up to you. XYZ, any name you can use. Then, to open the folder, we use the command cd Java programs. CD means change directory. Now we are in Java programs folder. Now we want to create a Java source code file. How to create a Java source code file is you can use a text editor like Notepad, and you can go with the name of the file. I'm giving the name of the file as welcome.java. The extension what we give for Java file is .java. Press enter key, which is going to open the Notepad for us. Say S here. Now start typing the code. We'll say like this / to display welcome message onto the screen. What this line is called as?
Comment.
We call it them as comment. Okay, we call it as comment. So in Java we use comment by using / for single line comment, and /* and end with / we call multi-line comment. More about this I'll discuss when I go with the basics part again. The main use of comment is we can elaborate the purpose of the program. Okay. What is a Java program? I said it is a collection of classes. So we create a class and the name of the class, where class is a keyword here. Open and close curly brace means the class begins at this open curly brace and ends at closing curly brace. Okay. To run a Java program, which method is required inside the class?
Main method.
Main method. Very good. We require main method. And the main method looks like this. Public keyword, it's a keyword. Static, it's a keyword. void, it's a keyword, and the method name main. Whenever we say method, we end with parenthesis like this. Then this main method takes an argument like string array args. Whenever we see square brackets, it's an array. And string, it's a predefined class in Java. Whenever we say class in Java, the first letter of every word is capital. So S is capital. Don't worry too much on this code now. Then again, open and close curly brace for main method. And to display a message in Java, we use a predefined class system S capital with a member out and with a method println, and the message should go in double quotes. And every statement in Java should end with semicolon. And Java is case sensitive programming, means there is a difference between uppercase and lowercase. Okay, so this is our first Java program which is going to display welcome on our screen. Don't worry the meaning of the program today. Don't worry the meaning of the program. What is public, what is static, what is void, what is string, what is args, every word I'm going to elaborate when I go with the basics part. Okay, so today objective is how to download and install Java and how to develop Java application. That is only the objective of today's class. Once you type the code, save the file, save. Come back to the command prompt. What is a command to compile a Java program?
Java C.
Java C, and go with the name of the file, welcome.java. If there are no errors in your program, it is going to show the prompt back to us. So it's showing prompt back to us. And if I say dir, means to list the files in your folder. See, you can find a file created that is welcome.class. And this .class file, we call it as bytecode. The .class file, we call it as what? Bytecode. There. Now, the next step is run the program. How to run? We have to use the command Java and the name of the .class file, that is welcome, which is going to display welcome message onto the screen. Simple 3 commands. Notepad for typing the program, Java C is for compiling, and Java is for running. Okay, so let me document these words. So how to develop Java application at command prompt is, first step, open command prompt by typing cmd in search or run, which will open C drive for us. I want to work in D drive, means simply you can say D:. It's up to you. Then create a folder or directory Java programs as follows. How to create a folder is by using a command md Java programs. Directory name is your wish. md means make directory. Next step, change the folder or directory to Java programs as follows. At your prompt, you can use the command cd Java programs, which will show the directory structure like this: d:// Java programs. cd means change directory. Now, the next step, create a Java source code file. Create a Java source code file. Welcome.java as follows. How to create a Java source code file? By using a text editor like Notepad, and we can pass the name of the file. The extension what we give for Java file is .java. Okay. Type the following code. Type the following code in welcome.java. Okay, you can type this code. Once we type the code, don't forget we need to save the file. Save the file. The shortcut is Control S. Once we type the code, the next step is we need to compile. Compile the Java source code file. Compile the Java source code file welcome.java as follows. How to compile is by using a command javac and the name of the .java file, which creates welcome.class file called as bytecode. The final step, run the Java bytecode file welcome.class as follows. How to run is using a command Java and the name of the .class file. Simple, say Java welcome, which displays welcome message onto the screen. That's it. With this, we complete our first Java application. Right. Any questions, anyone up to here?
No.
So just to practice this for one time, that's enough. No need to practice too much on this, because in reality, we won't work with command prompt and we won't use this JavaC commands. But every programmer should have an idea of these commands. That's the reason I've taken this. And tomorrow we'll be going with how to develop applications using Eclipse IDE. And we use till in Eclipse IDE. That is very, very important for us. Now, let me go back to the program.
This conference will now be recorded.
So in this program, we are having .class file, right? So let me delete that .class file first. Del welcome.class. Now if you see dir to list the files directory, we are having only one file in our folder, welcome.java. Now let me remove this semicolon here. Let me remove semicolon. And the syntax rule is every statement in Java should end with semicolon. But I've removed semicolon and I'm saving the file now. Now compile the code. What is the command to compile? javac welcome.java. So will it create .class file now? Will it create .class file?
No.
It won't create the .class files here. If I press enter key, see the message what it is giving? Line number 6 error, semicolon expected. This is the main role of compiler. The main role of compiler is it will go to the source code and checks for syntax rules. And if you violate the rules of language, the syntax rules means the rules of language. If you violate that, it is going to display the error messages to us, and it won't generate the .class files here. It is not generating the .class file. If there are no errors in your program, then only it is going to generate the bytecode, the .class files. That's meaning of compilation. Compilation means converting source code into bytecode at a time. At a time means if there are no errors only, that .class file will be created. That's meaning of compilation. Now let me keep semicolon here and see. I'm doing some changes. We are creating the class as well, but the file name is welcome.java. The name of the file is welcome.java, but I've taken the class name as well. Let me create one more class, A. In A class, let us create the main method, where I'm going with the string array X. Then in this, we'll display a message system.out.println A class. I'm just going with message A class. Then let us take one more class B. So save the file. Now compile the code. What is the command? javac welcome.java. Then once we compile, how many .class files will be created now?
3.
3 .class files. Very good. Some people will say 2 also. Some people will say 2. The reason is in class B there is no main method. That's the reason people will say it's going to create only 2 doc-class files. Understand carefully. When you are compiling the program using JavaScript command, don't think of main method at all. Don't see main method in your class. Main method will come into picture only when you are running the program. Only when you run the program, we should think of main method. While compiling, we should not see any main method. Just to see the number of classes in your source code file. See now dir. So how many doc class files created? See 3 doc class files. And the name, see a dot class, b dot class, and well dot class. Whatever the name we have taken to the class name, that names only will be given for your doc class files. Now let us run the code. If you say Java welcome, what will happen?
Error.
Error. Very good. It will go with what? Error. And see the message, could not find our load class, load main class welcome, because there is no doc class file for welcome. And I've given the point now, we can run only doc class files, but there is no doc class file for welcome. That's the reason it's going with error. Could not find our load main class welcome. If we say Java B, if we say Java B, what will happen?
Again error.
Again we get error, because what is the reason?
There is no main method.
Right, there is no main method, so it will go with message error, main method not found in class B. If you say Java A, what is output?
Yeah, it will print a class.
A class.
It is going to display the message A class. And if you say Java well, it's going to print the message welcome to us. Got it? Clear with this point practically now? This point, we can run only doc class files which contains main method. This point is very, very important. Many people don't know this point properly. That's the reason I'm stressing more at this point. Right? Any questions? Right? Nikhil, clear with this? Right. Now, what is the point I've mentioned? Every statement in Java should end with a semicolon. And Java is case sensitive programming language. Java is what? Case sensitive programming language. Means there is a difference between lowercase and uppercase letters. There is a difference between what? Lowercase and uppercase letters. Okay. So that's about for today. Let me stop today here. Please practice this compulsory today so that you should feel comfortable in tomorrow's class. And tomorrow I'll be going with Eclipse IDE and we'll be developing a Java application at Eclipse IDE. And even we are going to start off with the Java basics for tomorrow. Right? And from day after tomorrow, I'll be start giving assignments to you, which you need to do it and submit it back. Okay.